Well, we are just full of making videos today. Cousin's been gone for a few hours. He's probably almost back home. Um, Out in the garage and putting the carburetor together. I got this there. I've got the rest of the pieces here. Side job I'm doing for my buddy that's got a hot rod shop. It's for a customer's car, and started out like this. Carbs ran good, it's just they were leaky and they look nasty, and on this car they are right out there in the open. So I'm doing these and thought, hey, let's paint them black. So I did some research. Well, I said, okay, yeah, sounds good. Let me do some research and see what everybody uses for paint. Well, it turns out, plain and simple, VHT engine paint. It's because it's resistant to gas, oils, that kind of thing. And so this should do the trick. I spent probably at least an hour taping everything up last night because we're going to leave the hardware, the natural yellow zinc. I know it looks gold, but it's actually zinc plus yellow coating. Same with these. So all that is going to be natural, so it'll be black with the gold hardware. And base plate cleaned up super nice. Not very many miles on these carburetors. It's just looking nasty after quite a few years, I guess. So we got it all cleaned up. Got a couple kits for the double pumpers. Not sure what size these are. Probably 850s. They were actually put together by C&J Engineering out in Santa Fe Springs, California. They were custom built for this application. So they actually have a serial number on them. I haven't untaped it yet, but they're underneath here. There's a serial number on another one of these squares that says BDS, and the other one says CJ for C&J Engineering. What they did is they used a Proform body with screw-in air bleeds, and the rest of it's all Holley. Base plate, the bowls, metering blocks are all Holley. So gonna work today. I'm putting this one back together, and then I'll get the other side tore down and get it cleaned up and put that cleaned up great. These cleaned up very well in the parts cleaner. I let them soak for about an hour, then went out with a nylon brush and cleaned them, and they cleaned up fantastic. So we'll get this one back together, and then we'll go to the other side, or to the other carb. So we're back. Carburetor's done and put together. So now we can kind of see a comparison of before and after. So here you go. There's before. Grungy, nasty. Ran good. It was just leaky and just nasty looking. And here we go. All done up in black. All the hardware left with the zinc plating. And the float sight plugs. So came out pretty good. Never painted a carb before, but here are the what I was talking about before. Here's the serial number, stamped on there that it was for BDS, Blower Drive Services, and CJ for C&J Engineering. So, and that is actually their serial number for the carburetor. I've been told. I tried calling them one time. I got voicemail, so I never tried calling back, but BDS told me that by that serial number stamped on a carburetor, they actually have a file on every single carburetor they do, and they can tell you everything that they've done to it and what they did. What size jets, primary, secondary, what size squirters, what size power valve, everything. They can tell you everything about the carburetor. So I didn't actually need to. I was able to read the power valve. Regular 6.5 power valve in the front and a plug in the rear metering block. And then it had 73 jets in the front. Sorry, that's the front. 73 jets in the front, 83s in the rear. Squirters are, I believe, 33s. They are the same front and rear. So yeah, what I do, I write everything down when I tear it apart. So when it goes back together, there's no mistaking it. It goes back together the way it came in. And I actually made a took the float level thing that Holley gives you in the kit, and I sliced it, and I actually made a gauge to go between the float bowl and the float, so that when you put it back together, it's set perfectly where it was before. Of course, you know, you flip the float bowl upside down, and you turn it, adjust it, put the gauge in there between the top of the bowl and the top of the float, which, you know, when you have it flipped upside down, it's, you know, bottom of the bowl and bottom of the float. And put the gauge in there until it's set perfect. Put the nut on, put the screw on, tighten it down, recheck it, good to go. And it also has vent baffles on both sides. So next up, we'll be tearing this one down, run it through the cleaner, and then spend an hour taping everything up to paint it and have a match set. Then it's ready to go back on the car. So everyone, that's, look at that, 2 videos one day. Holy cow. Time to go inside and be a lazy butt and sit on the couch. Actually, I think I will take the Torino out for a quick spin. Put it back in the garage, close up the garage, whatever. Anyways, everyone, have a great weekend, and we will talk to you later.